covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
And these trees right here are ancient. They're near endangered. They're very important to the forest ecology in the lower part of Cohasset.
Frustration over park fire tree removal. We show you how some locals are trying to take back control on private property. Plus,
we got our expenditures down to within $3.5 million of the money that we brought in.
what lies ahead for one of Butte County's key economic drivers? We hear from Chico State's president. But first, and new at 6, did recent storms set back some major bridge repair work? We're looking into your reports of a storm-related closure to the Sacramento River Bridge going into Butte City.
Now, someone who lives nearby told Action News Now that the bridge was fully closed over the weekend because of damage. We checked, and today Caltrans reports that there is still a closure on Highway 162 eastbound at the bridge due to emergency work. Traffic has shifted onto the new bridge currently under construction. It's under one-way traffic control. There is no estimated time for reopening. Now a live look at Shasta County.
Wow.
We're seeing snow. Where is this in Shasta County?
Got to be in a higher elevation up
for
there.
sure,
Yeah. Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon is tracking. Okay, we're here in Shasta Ski Park. Howie, have you been up there yet?
No, thousands of feet up there where the snow levels are holding is at the level, at the ground here, the valley levels. No. Different. Our temperatures today close to 60 degrees, and that's nothing as we will warm even beyond that. Okay, so we saw snow on the ground already. What about falling from the sky? Troughs are dropping a little bit of moisture and cloud cover our way, but way up there, but you're seeing just really trace amounts of snow and rain, so really nothing. And then in the low-lying area, anything that is falling is evaporating before surviving its journey. Winds were strong a couple days ago. They're on the lighter side now. They could pick up a little bit tomorrow, which I'll explain in a moment. But temperature-wise, yes, on the warmer side, we're going to continue to warm, but we might have a rain day in the mix. We'll talk all about that coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Howie.
Well, you can get back on the Sacramento River in Shasta County again. The sheriff's office lifted the 10-day closure. Sheriff Michael Johnson announced that closure February 7th because of high flows posing a risk to boaters. However, the sheriff warns that the river is still higher than normal and you should be extra careful if you do head out. Chico State's president laid out his hopes and plans today in a State of the University speech.
Action News Now reporter Margot Rowe was there and joins us live now from campus. So, Margot, is the president expecting big budget cuts ahead in the year ahead?
Yes, Alan, the state cut 8% from the CSU system, and for Chico State, that's a cut of $12 million, leaving the school with a $32 million deficit for the upcoming fiscal year. Perez says it's not the worst budget he's seen, but it's not the greatest. However, he says there are 2 steps the university needs to take to try to close the deficit.
We need more students, and we need to spend less. And so we got to figure out how to be more efficient. How do we combine things that we do? How do we stop doing things that we don't need to do? We've said this for years. I've said this for years here. We've talked about it at every university I've ever been at, and it's very, very hard to identify the things that we don't want to do.
In the last fiscal year, the university succeeded in increasing enrollment and decreasing expenditures. Now the university just needs to push harder this year to keep that momentum going. And so far, nearly 1,000 potential students are registered to attend Choose Chico, which is happening on March 1st. Reporting live in Chico, I'm Margot Rowe for Action News Now.
Thank you, Margot. And as for efforts to save money, the university has so far reduced staffing, reduced library and service hours, and is expected to take more money-saving measures.
Dozens of people used President's Day as a day to protest the current administration. This was the crowd today in downtown Chico, where you can see people holding up signs. And we did check around, and we did not see anybody counter-protesting that today. We also saw protesters, too, in Reading for the same sort of thing going on now.
Hundreds of demonstrators, Haley, both in support and against the Trump presidency. They took to Reading City Hall to make their voices heard this President's Day. Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield was there and tells us the takeaways from both sides.
All four corners leading to Reading City Hall were filled with protesters on Monday. Most made their displeasure heard with the recent policy implementations of both President Trump and Department of Government Efficiency head Elon Musk.
My side broke the law, my side broke the Constitution, so it's okay for their side to do it.
And at Monday's rally, there were some pro-Donald Trump supporters that did show up here to make their voices heard on President's Day. The Not My President's Day rally, as it was hailed, was a part of a larger nationwide protest this holiday. But the latest CBS News poll shows that most Americans describe Trump as tough, energetic, and focused, adding that he's following through on campaign promises. Reporting in front of Reading City Hall, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
The Reading Police Department says that no calls, no arrests were made in relation to today's protest. New at 6, there were also protesters at the California State Capitol today. Capitol Police estimate more than 1,500 people turned out for the rally on the west steps of the Capitol. Now, this rally spilled out onto the Capitol grounds and onto 10th Street. Police say today's demonstration was peaceful. Park fire tree removal is underway in Cohasset, but some people worry crews are taking away too many trees.
We went up to Cohasset today and spoke with arborist and resident Seth Mitchell, who says he's hoping that the people who live there can have more of a say about which trees stay and which go. Plus, he says property owners would like to keep the trees set for removal to use for wood rather than have them hauled off. So Mitchell's leading a local effort to remove certain trees before official crews do the work.
No, I want my daughter to be able to come back to Cohasset, see trees. We don't want the treatment like we had in Paradise where people aren't moving back because it's unappealing. We had trees that were living that were removed, and on those properties it's basically leveled ground, and it's not really a more inspiring place to come back to.
The county says its goal is to remove only trees that pose a danger. According to the right of entry program, hazard trees are those damaged by fire that could fall on crews, homes, or public roads. CAL FIRE Captain Dan Collins explained that even the trees that look healthy still could pose hazards in the future, and that includes insects that breed in dying trees. So they encourage locals to defer to the state's expertise on this. We also called the Butte County right of entry line, and we're working to find out how crews decide exactly how many trees to take out and how they assess for damage. Time is ticking for Governor Gavin Newsom's term. We'll introduce you to a new name on your ballot for governor. That's ahead.
And new at 6, could one county become more Doge-like? We'll explain.
I think there's a lot of mistrust of our government, even here at the local levels.
We'll show you the idea that's in the works in Placer County in 2 minutes.